We have a fight on our hands. It's the battle of the titans, the clash of the codes. It's the rumble in the jungle, and it's going down between Meta versus Apple Vision Pro. The question is, who will win AR/VR? In this corner, we have the Zuck. He has spent $12 billion and counting with little to show for it except glasses that help you remember stuff. And then there's Tim Cook. He took his time to get into the ring, and now he's seared and he's coming in hot with a powerful punch right out of the gate. What does the vision look like? What are the implications? Will it make any sense at all? Let's break it down because first up, let's talk about their goals. What do they want to accomplish? Well, the Zuck wants to build the metaverse. He wants a persistent social virtual world where people can meet, play games, work out, learn, shop, work, attend events, and more. The concept is similar to the movie Ready Player One, where people spend most of their time inside a virtual world rather than living in reality. With Meta's current tech, you can already use virtual reality headsets like the Quest to access the metaverse. You can interact with other people, play games, work out, and more. But the experience is not very good yet. For example, if you take off your headset, the experience goes away. That's not what the Zuck wants. He wants a world that's always there, whether you're wearing a headset or not. So people can log in and out at any time and pick up where they left off. Like a persistent world, the idea is to create a new layer of social infrastructure that runs on top of the physical world and has its own economy, culture, and identity. In fact, the Zuck says that the metaverse is the next major computing platform after mobile, and that it will be even bigger than the mobile internet. So basically, Meta wants to be the new Google of the metaverse. They want to control the most important gateway into this new world, so that when you think of the metaverse, you think of Meta just like you think of Google when you want to search for something on the internet. But the problem is that other companies are also working on the same thing, especially Apple. What do they want? Well, according to Tim Cook, he doesn't want to build the metaverse. He wants to build something else, something even bigger, something called spatial computing. Okay, but what is spatial computing? Well, it's a term that was coined by Paul M. Henry in 2015. He defines spatial computing as a new type of computing platform that takes full advantage of 3D space using virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality technologies. This means that you don't need to wear a headset to enter this world. You can see it anywhere and everywhere. Spatial computing aims to blend the digital and physical worlds seamlessly. You can interact with virtual applications built on top of your environment without any physical limitations or restrictions. So basically, Apple wants to be the new Apple of spatial computing. They want to control the most important gateway into this new world, so that when you think of spatial computing, you think of Apple just like you think of Apple when you want to buy a phone. So how do they compare? Well, both Meta and Apple want to create immersive experiences for users, but they do it in different ways. Meta wants to create virtual worlds where users can escape from reality and live in a different world. Apple wants to create augmented worlds where users can enhance their reality with digital applications. Both Meta and Apple want to create new social platforms for users, but they do different things. Meta wants to create virtual worlds where users can interact with each other in new ways. Apple wants to create augmented worlds where users can interact with each other in existing ways. Both Meta and Apple want to create new business opportunities for developers, but they do it in different ways. Meta wants to create virtual worlds where developers can monetize their creations with virtual goods and services. Apple wants to create augmented worlds where developers can monetize their creations with real-world goods and services. Both Meta and Apple want to create new revenue streams for themselves, but they do it in different ways. Meta wants to create virtual worlds where they can sell virtual goods and services directly to users. Apple wants to create augmented worlds where they can sell hardware and software products to developers and users. And that's why they are fighting, because they are targeting the same market with different solutions. Now you might wonder, why is this a fight? Can't they just coexist? Well, sure they can. They could both offer different products and services for different users and let the market decide which one is better. But no, they want more. They want to dominate the entire market and become the only gateway to this new world. They want to be the winner of AR/VR. Let's look at some numbers. First up, we have the financials. Apple is obviously the heavyweight champion here. They have $164 billion in cash and investments compared to Meta's $7.4 billion. They also have much higher revenue and profit margins. In the last quarter, Apple reported $94.8 billion in revenue and $19.9 billion in net income, while Meta reported $30.6 billion in revenue and $5.7 billion in net income. However, if we look at the stock price, Meta is the underdog here. Since the beginning of the year, Meta stock is down 8.9%, while Apple stock is down 13.6%. But if we look at the analyst ratings, Apple is the favorite here. Most analysts rate Apple as outperform or buy with a median price target of $190 per share. Meanwhile, most analysts rate Meta as hold with a median price target of $205 per share. However, the overall sentiment is negative for both companies. According to TypeRanks, Apple has a negative sentiment score of 0.49, while Meta has a negative sentiment score of 0.65. Next up, let's look at the technology. Apple is the clear leader here. They've been investing heavily in AR and VR for years, acquiring more than 10 companies related to AR and VR. They also have a dedicated team of more than 1,000 engineers working on their own AR and VR platform. Meanwhile, Meta has been focusing on VR mostly, but they have also acquired some companies related to AR. Their technology is based on glasses that can project virtual images into your field of view. The problem is that their tech is still far from being ready for mass adoption. They need to make it smaller, lighter, cheaper, better, etc. Then we have the ecosystem. Who has the edge here? Well, it depends on how you look at it. You look at the number of devices, Meta has the edge. They have sold more than 20 million virtual reality headsets, especially the Quest 2, which is the best-selling VR headset ever. If you look at the number of users, Apple has the edge. They have more than 1 billion active devices out there, especially iPhones, which are the most popular smartphones in the world. And if you look at the number of developers, Apple has the edge. They have more than 30 million registered developers who can create apps for their platform. Meta has less than 1 million. So who is the winner of a RVR? Well, it depends on how you look at it. If you look at the financials, Apple wins. If you look at the technology, Apple wins. If you look at the ecosystem, Apple wins. But the fight is not over yet. There are still many variables to consider, such as regulation, privacy, content, etc. And there are still many moves to make, such as acquisitions, partnerships, etc. And there is still one big move that the Zuck has yet to make. He hasn't announced his metaverse headset yet. He said that it's going to be called the Meta Avatar. It's going to look like a pair of glasses. It's going to have cameras that can capture your facial expressions and gestures. It's going to have speakers that can project your voice and sounds around you. It's going to have microphones that can listen to your commands and queries. It's going to have displays that can show you virtual images based on your preferences and interactions. Basically, it's gonna be a super high-tech pair of glasses that will allow you to interact with the metaverse in a more natural and immersive way. And when it's released, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to level the playing field between Meta and Apple. It's going to force Apple to either join the metaverse or lose its relevance. This is the fight of the century, folks. It's the clash of the titans, and it's going to be epic. Who do you think will win? AR, VR? Let me know in the comments below. For more such informative tech videos, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.